Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. If you've watched even a few seasons of Big Brother, you already know, winning isn't just about surviving evictions. Timing, manipulation, relationships, and knowing precisely when to strike are all involved. Some winners stick to the rules, while others go full-on chaos. But a select few, the game is completely rewritten by them. And yep, these are those players. The ones that fans continue to discuss and analyze. The ones that new players try to copy every single season. 1. Dr. Will Kirby is the Big Brother OG social leader. Not only did Will Kirby win Season 2, but he also basically wrote the rules for strategic gameplay. The crazy part is that he never won a competition. None at all. Instead, he leaned heavily into social manipulation, gaining people's trust while quietly orchestrating the plot. Every great strategist since seems to have learned from Will's game. He demonstrated early on that comps are not everything. Sometimes who you can influence is everything. 2. Dan Gheesling mastered strategy and jury control. Dan Gheesling constructed the mansion while Will laid the groundwork. Dan's gameplay, even after winning Season 10 and finishing second in Season 14, is still regarded as next level. Let's be honest, Dan's funeral alone established his legacy. Making a power play out of a sure eviction, that takes skill, not luck. His ability to manage relationships while making bold, sometimes ruthless decisions made him one of the most well-rounded players ever. And when it came to jury management, he knew exactly what he was doing. 3. Derek Levasseur played a near-perfect Big Brother game. Derek Levasseur didn't just play Season 16, he controlled it. Quietly, consistently, effectively. It is truly bizarre to consider that he was never recommended for eviction. Derek remained behind the scenes while larger personalities clashed, making decisions without being targeted. It seems like his game is often labeled boring, but it was surgical, clean, calculated, and incredibly hard to replicate. 4. Cody Caliafore dominated comps and strategy. Cody Caliafore didn't leave anything to chance when he returned for Season 22 of All-Stars, despite previous close calls. Yeah, that's one of the highest totals ever. However, his social and strategic game supported his physical dominance at every turn. He established solid alliances, upheld trust, and exercised complete control. Sincerely, it appears to be one of the modern era's most complete games. 5. More modern Big Brother winners are breaking records. Recent seasons have shown that the game is still evolving, and these house guests are proof of that. In Season 23, Xavier Prather became the first black winner of the main U.S. show. He played a calm, controlled game in the Cookout Alliance before turning up his competition's wins when it really mattered. Taylor Hale's Season 24 journey, honestly, it still feels like a movie. Her resilience and social recovery carried her from early target to winner and America's favorite player all the way to the end. And then there's Jag Baines, who pulled off something we hadn't really seen before, getting evicted, returning, and still winning the whole thing in Season 25. Yes, that's correct. He leaned into a more aggressive, competition-heavy strategy late in the game, which it seems like is becoming the new normal. So, who is the greatest? That depends on what you value. Strategy, competition wins, social game, or pure adaptability. But one thing's clear. These winners didn't just play Big Brother, they changed it. And truthfully, we're still talking about them for a reason. Since its debut, Big Brother has delivered unforgettable moments, shocking twists, and a rotating cast of players all chasing one thing, the grand prize. But only a select few have risen above the chaos to become truly iconic winners. Players who didn't just win, but changed how the game is played, forever. Here are 5 quick facts about the greatest Big Brother winners, ranging from social geniuses to master strategists. 1. The best winners don't just play the game, they control it. The greatest winners in history did not depend on luck. They controlled the game from start to finish. The near-perfect gameplay of players like Derek Levasseur, BB16, is often praised. Derek built alliances early, managed threats quietly, and never once faced eviction. The ability of elite winners to influence decisions without becoming targets is what sets them apart from the rest. Instead of dominating competitions or making flashy moves, they guide others into doing their bidding, often without those players even realizing it. This level of control is uncommon, but when it occurs, a season in which one player seems untouchable is created. 2. Social game is more powerful than competition wins. While winning head of household, HOH, or power of veto competitions can be important, the biggest winners often rely more on relationships than physical dominance. Suppose Dr. Will Kirby, BB2, regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. He famously won the game without winning a single competition. Instead, he used charm, manipulation, and psychological gameplay to stay safe. The lesson is, you don't have to win everything. All you need to do is ensure that nobody wants you to go. In the Big Brother house, social bonds, emotional intelligence, and the ability to read people often outweigh brute strength. 3. The most important skill for survival is adaptability. Every season of Big Brother is unpredictable. The outcome of alliances, blindsides, betrayals, and twists can completely alter the game. The biggest winners are those who adapt quickly. Dan Giesling, winner of BB10 and runner-up of BB14, is known for his funeral move, one of the most famous strategic plays in reality TV history. Dan showed how flexibility and bold thinking can save a game that seems lost. Top winners don't panic when things go wrong. They pivot, re-strategize, and often come back stronger. 4. Jury management can make or break a winner. The battle is far from over once you reach the final 2. Equally important is winning over the jury, the evicted house guests who choose the winner. Some players dominate the game strategically but lose because they fail to maintain good relationships with those they evicted. Others, like Jordan Lloyd, BB11, win partly because they are genuinely liked and respected. In the Big Brother house, how you make people feel is just as important as what moves you make. 5. The most memorable winners leave a legacy. Winning is one thing, but becoming unforgettable is another. Players like Rachel Riley, BB13, didn't just win, they brought personality, drama, and entertainment that kept fans talking long after the season ended. Others, like Cody Caliafore, BB22, overcame previous defeats to show themselves superior. The future of the game is shaped by the biggest winners. Their strategies are studied by future house guests, their moves are replayed in highlight reels, and their names become synonymous with excellence. These winners don't just take home the prize money, they become part of Big Brother history. Final thoughts. The greatest Big Brother winners all share a few key traits: control, social intelligence, adaptability, strong jury management, and lasting impact. While every season brings new twists and fresh faces, these fundamentals remain the blueprint for success. Whether you're a longtime fan or just getting into the show, understanding what makes a winner truly great adds a whole new layer to watching the game unfold. Because in the end, Big Brother isn't just about surviving the house.
Big Brother has been a social experiment like no other for more than 2 decades. It locks strangers in a house, isolates them from the outside world, and forces them to outwit, outplay, and outlast each other for a cash prize that can change their lives. Every season has a winner, but only a few stand out enough to be called a legend. In addition to winning, these elite players redefined social gameplay, strategy, and what it takes to survive in the house. The 5 most important reasons why the biggest winners in Big Brother history are unique are as follows. 1. Legendary winners engage in hidden but potent games. Some of the most dominant winners made their biggest moves quietly. Derek Levasseur is frequently regarded as one of the greatest winners of all time. Throughout his season, Derek controlled nearly every eviction without ever becoming a target. He built trust throughout the house, formed alliances that overlapped, and positioned himself as someone that everyone wanted to keep, not by making flashy moves. It was too late when others realized how powerful he was. One of the most difficult tactics to implement is this invisible control. It requires patience, awareness, and the ability to influence others without drawing attention. The best winners orchestrate the game from behind the scenes rather than simply playing it. 2. You don't need to win competitions to win the game. It is a common misunderstanding that success and competition are equal, but some of the greatest winners proved the opposite. Dr. Will Kirby famously won his season without claiming a single head of household or power of veto victory. Instead, he relied entirely on manipulation, charm, and psychological strategy. Dr. Will had a better understanding of people than anyone else in the house. In order to persuade others to keep him because they believed they could ultimately defeat him, he leaned into being viewed as a villain. Ironically, that belief helped him carry straight to victory. By demonstrating that influence and persuasion can be more effective than physical dominance, his gameplay set the standard for social strategy. 3. Adaptability separates good players from great ones. Every Big Brother season doesn't go exactly as planned. Even the strongest positions can be destroyed overnight by twists, blindsides, and shifting alliances. The greatest winners thrive in chaos. Dan Giesling is an example of adaptability at its finest. Dan's dramatic funeral, one of reality television's most famous moves, turned a seemingly hopeless situation into complete game control. Rather than sticking to one rigid plan, Dan constantly adjusted his strategy based on the dynamics of the house. He didn't panic when he was in danger, rather he adjusted his strategy. Top players are able to survive week after week, even when the odds are stacked against them, thanks to their ability to pivot under pressure. 4. The secret weapon is jury management. The battle is only half won when you reach the final 2. Players must persuade evicted house guests to award them the prize in order to win, and this is where many strong players fail. Jordan Lloyd is an excellent illustration of how likability can have an impact. While she wasn't the most strategic or dominant player, her genuine personality and strong relationships earned her the respect and votes of the jury. On the other hand, despite controlling the game, players who play aggressively without considering their emotions frequently lose. Personal resentments, betrayal, and resentment can have a significant impact on jury decisions. This balance is understood by the biggest winners. They make bold moves, but they also manage how those moves are perceived. In Big Brother, perception is reality, especially at the end. 5. The most illustrious winners leave behind enduring legacy. While winning a season is impressive, becoming a legend is what sets legends apart from others. One of the most recognizable characters in the history of the show was Rachel Riley, who brought a level of energy and drama to the house that was unmatched. Her emotional gameplay, competitive spirit, and iconic one-liners made her a fan favorite. On the other hand, Cody Calafiero demonstrated what it means to be redeemed. Cody returned as a more refined and strategic player after losing in the previous season due to a critical error, and ultimately dominated an all-star cast. These winners didn't just play the game, they influenced future seasons. Their names continue to influence how new contestants approach the game, their strategies are studied, and their moments are replayed. Final thoughts. The biggest winners in Big Brother history share more than just a victory. They share a deep understanding of human behavior, strategy, and timing.
They understand when to lead and when to retreat. They understand when to compete and when to back off, and most importantly, they know how to make it to the end with the jury still on their side. Whether it's the strategic brilliance of Dan Giesling, the social manipulation of Dr. Will, or Derek Levasseurs' controlled dominance, each legendary winner provides a unique strategy for success. But if there's one universal truth, it's this: Big Brother isn't just a game of competition, it's a game of people. And the ones who make history are the players who understand that.